All right, welcome to the stream for Game 2 of our 4-game pool play here at the Mountain Tournament in Breckenridge and Frisco, Colorado. These first 2 games being played in Frisco. This is the second game. It is against South Jeff Littleton Miners. And this game will get underway in about 10 minutes or so.
Thanks, Jason.
All right, the Bombers have won the toss and are home team. So the Bombers will bat last in this game, but that also means that the Miners get to bat first. The Miners have played the Bombers one time this season. Miners, I believe, a 2-run victory in a close game. Bombers blew a pretty good lead, I think, in that game. It was back in March of this year, so a couple of months have gone by. Don't know what's gone on with the Miners, but I do know that the Bombers have gotten better. And so what we're hoping for is a close game and maybe even a Bombers win. Clock has started, and the Bombers are taking the field. Hour and 45 minutes in game time today. Looks like our defensive alignment to start this game is Henry Gardner at third, Mason Chalupa at short, Chance Van Gieson at second, and if I'm not mistaken, I think I see young Nolan Fratsky over at first. Nolan with an incredible catch earlier in the first game, making it out at a key moment. But the Bombers did ultimately come up short. And so the Bombers will be looking for some redemption in this game. Wind has picked up a little bit more, but I think probably none of us are particularly minding. Look at that backdrop, would you? I'll just let you sit back and admire it here for a minute. Holy cow, what a backdrop for a baseball game. Down in the valley here in the Dillon Reservoir area, about a half mile from the edge of the reservoir in Frisco, Colorado. Bombers playing their second of 4 pool play games. 2 more tomorrow, 8 a.m. and 10 a.m. Denver time. It is 4 o'clock Denver time right now, 4:04. And so the Bombers will need to get to their team dinner tonight, get to bed, get some sleep, and show up at the fields in Breckenridge. We will be at the fields in Breckenridge tomorrow. They are turf fields, so the field ought to look a little bit different tomorrow. Don't know if I can promise you a pretty backdrop. All right, Will Hall, our catcher for this game. And in center field, Adam Barth. In left field, I believe I see Andy Dahl. And looks like in right field, not sure. Starting pitcher is once again Jace Verardi. Jace started last game as well. Gave us, I believe, 2 good innings. So if he does a couple of more today, or in this game, then he'll be in good shape. Chance, second baseman, relaying that grounder over to Nolan for out number 1. And the Bombers are starting off well. All right, looks like I've screwed up my countdown by showing you that pretty backdrop. So who knows how long is left in the game. Probably about an hour and 39. So I'm probably about 3 minutes too long on my counter. Let's see if I can adjust that for you. I'll leave you on this screen while I do that.
Look good, look good. Keep it up, Jace.
All right, I took those 3 minutes off the game clock. Hit out to left field pretty sharply. Base hit by the Miners. Runner takes second on the pitch. No throw from catcher Will Hall. Pitch inside, runner goes to third. Once again, no throw. Jace Verardi delivers. Ball hits sharply over to left field. over the head of Andy Dahl and over the fence. That a ground rule double bouncing over this short fence. 4-foot field, 4-foot fence out there. 330 feet to that 4-foot fence in left field. So a ground rule double scores the runner, and runner now going to third. Throw way off line, and that thrown away, and the Miners starting the game off with 2 runs. You got this, Will. Okay. As they say in Fargo, North Dakota, clean sheet, nobody on. And 1 out. The score 2-0. The Miners ahead of the Bombers. Henry fielding that one, throws over to first, offline, and that I'm going to call a throwing error. Not even the great Nolan Frasky could get that one. All right, that one hit over to shortstop Mason Chalupa, throws it over to first. They called that safe. Okay, so a hustle play by the runner beats the throw on an infield hit. Runners on first and second now. Still 1 out. Miners up by 2. Miners hit one over to left field, drops short of the left fielder, and that'll advance all the runners 1 base. Bases loaded now with only 1 out. They'll be looking for a sacrifice now. I heard the coach call for a fly ball, so the batter will try to hit it in the air. Ball just missed the low outside corner. All right, that's swung on and fouled. One ball, 1 strike. Gieson off-speed pitch, 46 miles an hour, but outside for ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike now.
Nice pitch.
That one high up at the top of the zone, swung on and fouled back against the screen. Evens the count at 2. All right, that ball hit over second base, over shortstop, I should say, out into left field. Relayed in now and scores 1, so the sacrifice not necessary as a base hit drops just over the shortstop, Mason Chalupa. All right, the corners are in. Ball hits the plate. 1 ball, no strikes. Jace Verardi not getting the defensive support he was hoping for. That a strike, 48 miles an hour. That is not his top fastball. That one aimed a little bit. That one far outside, but stopped by Will Hall. Keeps the runners in place at first, second, and third. 2 balls, 1 strike. That one hits the plate. 3 balls now. Jace, I think, trying to rely just a little bit too much on the breaking ball. A fastball right down the middle, 49 miles an hour. High fastball, swing and a miss, and that is a strikeout from Jace Verardi. All right, lefty up to bat. Boy looks to be about 27. That's just the number on his helmet, I think. Not a small player by any means. Looks to be about 190 pounds and pretty well built. Fouls it off. Jace ahead now, 2 strikes. Number on his jersey is 20, but the number in Jace's heart is 3 because that is 3 strikes for another strikeout, and Jace trying to carry the team there with 2 more strikeouts after not getting the defensive support he needed early in the inning. Bombers go into the bottom of the first, down 3. As I recall, the Miners had a pretty heavy pitcher who could really throw a fastball. We'll see if they pull him out now or if they save him for another game. Jogging out to the mound. Looks like we've got... yep, I think that's him. Tall pitcher, number 3. Is I'm gonna guess about 5'10". Not super thin, but not heavy by any means. Good leg kick. Throws that first pitch away, but he's just getting warmed up. I recall he also had a couple of off-speed pitches. That one also in the dirt. Let's hope he stays there. 67 miles an hour. Boys can easily catch up to that. They practice at that speed, so there's no reason they couldn't. But sometimes when you see wild pitches at that speed, you get a little bit intimidated. That one a little bit outside and low. Still would have been a ball. That one right over the plate. 69, so he's starting to dial it in here. That one hits in front of the plate. And the throw down means he is done. warming up. I don't think I'd be satisfied with that warm-up. He threw maybe 2 strikes the whole time. I didn't see him warming up any off-speed pitches. But we will see what happens. Okay, Mason Chalupa leading off the inning in the game for the Bombers. That one low, flies through and hits the umpire in the foot. That one's going to hurt a little bit. This pitcher does have speed, but does not yet have control over that speed. Mason catches up with one, hits it over to first. First baseman retrieves it, jogs over to first, and records the first out. All right, Bombers lead off the game with 1 out. Not the start that we were looking for, but up comes Chance Van Gieson to hopefully restart the Bombers offense. That ball high. An off-speed pitch at 53. Chance puts it in play over towards second. Second baseman makes a great sliding play and sends it over to first in time for the out. A great play by the Miners' second baseman, sliding on his knees to grab that ball that was hit more towards second than he was positioned. And Bombers 2 outs now. Adam Barth comes up. Miners clearly riding on the back of this extraordinary pitcher. Lots of speed. Off-speed pitch there, 59. I believe that's a slider. That one, I think, was an attempt at a curveball that didn't curve much. 2 balls now. That one a fastball, and Mason hits it over towards the shortstop and out into the outfield. I'm sorry, and Adam on board. Sorry about that. Adam Barth on board for the Bombers. Trey Henry up to bat now. Trey offers on the first pitch a low slider, I think. That pitch real high, bounces out of the catcher's glove, and Adam Barth easily into second with the stolen base. Adam will do his normal distract the pitcher stuff out here. The pitcher quick pitches and inside low. 2 balls, 1 strike now to Trey Henry. Trey hits one over towards third, out into the outfield, and it is caught by the left fielder who makes the grab on the high fly ball. Bombers go 1-2-3 in that inning and carry the 3-run deficit into the second inning. Yeah. You guys bogarting this shade? I'm gonna hang out in the shade over here and call the game from over here. I'm gonna talk your ear off. It's maybe 15. I think it's 15 degrees cooler. Yeah, for sure with the breeze. The UV rays are intense up here. All right, Trey Henry now in for the Bombers as the pitcher. Won't be able to show you different views, but still be able to call the game from over here. Trey, first pitch a ball. Trey evens the count at 1 ball, 1 strike. That one fouled over the backstop into the woods. One ball, 2 strikes now. Jack Bride's running into the woods. That one hits catcher Will Hall pretty hard, I think on the upper left shoulder, and he is in some serious pain. I think he missed that one with the glove and it hit him right in the shoulder.
Yeah, it should be right. That's about right.
A hockey goalie plays a little bit of hockey just recreationally, nothing serious, and probably used to taking the odd projectile off the parts of the body not covered by padding. All right, Will's ready to go again. The count's 2-2. All right, Trey, a low ball. Full count now. All right, a ball bounces in front of the plate or off the plate, and that is ball 4. Miners with 1 aboard. Still no outs in the inning. That one hit over to left field. Looks like it drops based on the reaction of the fans on the Miners side. And that a base hit, advancing the runner to second. Runners on first and second now, no outs still. That one hit over to second base. Chance Van Gieson couldn't quite get there. He was covering second, and the throw over to third, not in time, and actually overthrown. Henry retrieving the ball and no runners scoring. All right, runners at the corners now. Miners did get a run on that play. That is now 4-0 Miners. That pitch low. Trey still struggling to find the zone. Runner advancing to second on the passed ball. I'm going to call that a pass, but I don't think it bounced in front of the plate. All right, that one put back into play over towards third. Henry Gardner rocket over to Nolan Fratsky, who makes the out at first and then hucks the ball down to home, but not in time to catch the runners. So the Miners do get one on the play. One out now. Runner on third for the Miners, and the Miners up 5-0. Bombers starting to dig into a hole that it's going to be difficult to climb out of. That ball a low pitch, but still called a strike. That one high, fouled off. And Trey now ahead in the count, 1 ball, 2 strikes. That pitch just outside, evens the count at 2. That one fouled over the backstop and into the woods. Maybe Jack Brides is still in the woods. Maybe he can find it. Some kind of makeshift cannon set up over there. Ended up some kind of weird historic park or something. Guy with a handlebar mustache over here behind me, claiming to be a sheriff of something or other, talking to little kids, so some kind of little historic thing going on. All right, that pitch low and inside, walks the batter. Runners at the corners now. Trey probably near the last of his patience from coach. Throws a strike right down the middle. That one high and fouled off. That one put out of play over the left field side. Ends up behind the dugout of the Miners. Trey ahead in the count, no balls, 2 strikes.
Umbrella. April. Umbrella.
Desperately like to get a K out of this one. Runner advanced to second previously. And so runners at second and third, and that one fouled up the left field side. A horse wagon train has just pulled into the narrow strip between the field and the woods. So I do think there is some kind of historic thing going on. Crowd seems to have formed in the parking lot. Looks like they're going to take a little wagon ride. That one a little too far inside, hits the butt of the batter and puts him on first. I'd say a free trip to first, but that was anything but free as hard as that one hit him. All right, Coach Patrick's come out to talk to Trey, settle him down. Patrick always on the first visits, and if he's getting pulled, then the other coach. So you know Trey will be staying in if Coach Patrick's out there. He's chatting with the infield, making sure that they know what they're doing with their bases loaded. No doubt we'll pull the corners in, try to catch the runner at home on a ground ball. There are a total of 4 wagons now. 4 wagons pulled up behind the Bombers' dugout. I hope we don't see any black bandana, black hat bad guys pull up now. That'd be funny. A little shootout right behind the game. Trey with a nice strike on the low side of the zone. That one bounced off the plate. That one low, but comes right back to Will after it got past him off the backstop. So runners stay put where they are. Thank heavens for short backstops when your pitcher and your catcher aren't having the best game. All right, that one inside, walks home a run. And I think coach is staying in the dugout so far, so nobody coming out to pull Trey. They're going to give him just a touch more leash. All right, that one up around the shoulders. Ball 1. That one hit out to second base. Chance Van Gieson loses his footing, slips, and it gets past him out to the outfield. And no throw home from center fielder Adam Barth. And that'll score 2 more for the Miners. The Bombers in a very deep hole now, down by, I think, 8. And that'll be it for Trey Henry as Coach Matt comes out, takes the ball and sends him over to first base, hands the ball to Nolan Fratsky. Nolan, Coach Matt's ace. I suspect Coach Matt would have liked to save Nolan's arm for tomorrow, but looks like he'll be forced to use a little bit of it today. Coach Matt gonna stand out there and help Nolan warm up a little bit, give him a couple of tips. Make sure Nolan's in a good headspace before he leaves the mound. All right, Nolan warming up the off-speed pitch. That looked good. That was a curveball. That one the fastball. All right, Coach Matt satisfied. He's walking off the field as Nolan continues to warm up. Haven't bounced in front of the plate, but Nolan's still getting used to his delivery in this mound. A dirt mound, not something we see very often. Usually play off of a turf mound, one of those portable mounds that can move around. But this field built with a dirt mound. It's interesting to see, multi-use fields tend to get used for a lot of different things. If you put a mound on the field, made out of dirt, it limits the number of things you can use the field for. So no softball on this field, unless they're willing to play with a weird mound behind the pitcher. All right, Nolan, first pitch hit out to left center field. Retrieved out there by Andy Dahl. Nope, I take that back. Retrieved out there by Adam Barth. Thrown to second, but not in time to get the out. And the Miners with another run. All right, 8-0 now. Ball thrown low back to Nolan, but the runners don't advance. Miners still only one out, and the Bombers desperately needing 2 more and get out of this disastrous inning. That one fouled back against the screen. Evens the count at 1. That one low and outside. Will Hall does a good job blocking it, keeping it in front of him. Keeps the runners where they are, and just a ball. Ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike. All right, that one high and inside. 3 balls, 1 strike now. Nolan throws it over to third. I don't think he got the out there, but fans cheering for that one. All right, that one unfortunately walks in. Oh, I take it back. I guess he did get the out over there. So that did not walk in a run. Nolan with a just-in-time throw over to third, and Henry Gardner with the tag. A very timely play because that saved the run. The next pitch was a walk, which would have walked in that runner on third. So they caught one sleeping, saved a run. We got 2 balls now from Nolan. Nolan's struggling to dial it in. Usually throws somewhere between 50% and 2/3 strikes. Has not thrown anywhere near that. That one hit deep out to left field. Bouncing and bounces. Retrieved by the fielder out there. Thought we might have got a ground rule double, but it's not to be. Scores 2, I think. The double scores at least 2. Bombers outfield has played a little bit too far in, I think, both this game and last game, and are having a couple of balls hit over their heads. The altitude here above 9,000 feet, ball is definitely carrying, and the wind now blowing out towards left field definitely helped that ball carry. I don't know if I can have it both ways from a physics perspective, the wind blowing it out there, but the air being light enough that the ball flies further. But I'm claiming victory on that, so Sir Isaac Newton can roll over in his grave. I think Newton's problem was they didn't have baseball when he was alive. That a nice strike from Nolan, proving that he can in fact throw a strike. 3 balls, 1 strike now. All right, strike 2, and the runner advancing over to third. Bombers would desperately like to get this third out before that runner on third scores. It is definitely a desperate situation at this point. 11 runs down. The Bombers still smarting from that. Henry Gardner has the ball at third, throws it over to Nolan, records the out. The force wipes out the runner from third, and the Bombers get out of the disaster. Only down 11. A Herculean effort now required from the Bombers to come back from a hole that is giving the world's deepest borehole in Russia a run for its money. Google that up if you don't know what I'm talking about. Bottom of that hole got so hot from the heat, they couldn't even drill it any deeper. They wanted to see if they could drill it even deeper, but they couldn't. The bits kept melting. The shaft on the drill kept melting. So they couldn't get it any deeper. World's deepest hole. Not sure what they were drilling for there. Let's see, Russia, I think it was near one of the stands, maybe near Georgia. Not sure. Definitely drilling for something. Maybe just for science. Bombers will now need to drill for some runs, and hopefully this hole isn't too deep that it burns them. Melts their bats. All right, Bombers having a little huddle over by the dugout. Coach, I'm sure, giving them a pep talk, talking about the importance of keeping your chin up even when you're down this far. You never know what can happen. You know, everybody has a disastrous inning once in a while, and we could have a disastrous inning on the Miners' part. Once again, the Bombers lost to this team in March by 2 runs. So the Bombers should be pretty evenly matched. This score definitely not a reflection of how well these 2 teams are matched. Although I will say that pitcher's the best pitcher from either team, at least in terms of velocity. Nolan definitely has better pitches, but number 3 for the Miners, hands down, has 10 miles an hour velocity on any Bombers pitcher. All right, leading off the inning, Jack Brides for the Bombers. I guess he found his way out of the woods chasing those foul balls. That one high, up around the neck level. Ball 1. Donna Pettis Gardner can bite me. I've received a text message where she is challenging my manlyhood because of my nasally voice, and I will just remind her that at 9,000 feet the air is thinner and my voice gets higher. Jack hits one over the second baseman out into the outfield between between right and center. That was retrieved by the right fielder, I believe, and thrown into second. So Jack stops at first. So Jack with a leadoff single. And now Andy Dahl up to bat for the Bombers. Pitch outside. Jack Bride's off the bag a little bit. Snap throw down to first from the Miners, and that gets Nolan. They are going to appeal. The umpires will confer, but that is going to rarely be overturned. Looked to me like from where I was, which was behind the home plate umpire, that they got him. All right, it is confirmed that is an out, so Jack Brides will go sit back down after a leadoff single, and the Bombers' first bat seems to have melted at the bottom of this 11-run hole. I see. It turns out my brother Bill was the one criticizing my voice, and his lovely wife Donna, quite the beauty. They live in Georgia, up north of Atlanta. She says I sound like a pro announcer. Well, thank you very much, Donna. And as soon as they start paying me for this, I will be a pro. All right. So Andy Dahl, 3-1 now. High pitch, and Andy's aboard on a free pass to first base. Nolan Fratsky meandering up to the plate. Nolan has that slow gait that sometimes can fool you into thinking he's not the athlete that he is. Likes to swing his arms and take nice, deliberate, slow steps. All right, Nolan, I think 2 balls now, maybe 3. All right, that one called a strike. Nolan thought he'd gotten a free pass, but umpire said otherwise, and that makes it a strike. 3-1 the count to Nolan. That one high and outside does earn Nolan a free pass. So Andy Dahl on second, Nolan Fratsky on first. Henry Gardner up to the plate now. And it looks like the Miners coach is going to come out and tell his ace that he still believes in him and he's proud of him, and he'd like him to start throwing all strikes nice and slow right over the middle of the plate. Give the Bombers a chance to come back in this game. I don't know if he'll listen to that last bit of advice. All right, stays in the game. Henry steps into the box. Runners on first and second. Henry's ready. Henry pounds it over to the shortstop, who relays it to second and then to first, and that is a double play to end the inning. Henry hitting into a double play. Unfortunate for the Bombers, they stay down 11-0 now. And it seems that the bottom of the borehole has melted the Bombers' bats. All right, the horses have cleared out. Still quite the crowd over here, so I'm not sure if the horses are coming back, but I'm gonna go see if I can put my umbrella up again and then get you guys some better camera angles on some of these plays. All right, we'll run another extra ad for Kelly Cates, since he just brought me a Coca-Cola covered can of some sort over here at the field. Appreciate him doing that. If you need your gutters blown out or maybe sprinklers adjusted, make sure they're working perfectly, give Kelly a call. All right, looks like Nolan's remaining in the game for the Bombers. That beer's hitting the spot. Let me see. Peel the cover up a little. I mean, this Coca-Cola's hitting the spot. I did peek under the cover a little bit, and it looks like it's a Mexican Coca-Cola. Just so you know, I can be bribed. If Nick Prince wants to bring me a dino rib from Post Oak, we'll cut from this game and we'll run nothing but Post Oak ads for the rest of the game. So, sister-in-law Donna, how's that for professionalism? I can be bought. All right, that one low, ends up down behind Will. Runner's down on first. He hustled down there and looked back like maybe he'd run, but the backstop just not far enough back that he'd have a chance to go to second on that ball that got past the catcher. All right, Nolan bringing it home. Runner goes. No throw from Will, and the runner easily on second. All right, hit over to third. The throw over to first squirts by Nolan Fratsky, the low throw. Oh, sorry, not Nolan, Trey. Trey over at first. I don't think Nolan can play both pitcher and first, but you never know. He's pretty good sometimes. Bombers, I think, still a little bit out of sorts after that close loss in the first game, are struggling to get into this one mentally, I think. Defensive update, Ryder Cates over at third. And I think that is our only change at this point. It's a Mexican Coke.
Who gave it to you? Where'd you find it?
Kelly gave it to me.
Nice.
It's Mexican,
Yeah.
see?
Oh, yes, I see. Nice. I like that.
Mexican. I think it's that's not Coors Light. I know when my mic's hot. They already know I have a beer. There. Now look at it. All right, that one hit out to center field, drops short of Adam Barth, who throws it into home. All right. Well, if I have to drink a beer for every run the Bombers are down, I'm not making it off the field today. Bombers having their team dinner at a brewery tonight. That one hit over to shortstop Mason, unable to get there on a diving play. Throw into Will Hall. Does not prevent the run. Another run scores for the Miners. Nolan bringing it home. The Miners popping it up. That one will be behind. Actually over a shortstop. That one a little shorter than I anticipated. Over to Mason Chalupa at shortstop. It makes the grab in the air, recording the first out in the inning for the Bombers. If you didn't join us in the first game, you didn't hear me describe this field. First of all, it has just the most picturesque backdrop of any baseball field you've ever played at. Second of all, the outfield fence is 330 in the corners and 340 in center field, and it's only about 4 feet tall, so a real risk of ground rule doubles, balls bouncing over that fence. That one dropped by Mason Chalupa, and he does retrieve it and get it to third in time to record the out. Runners had frozen with the line drive in the air. Mason knocked it down, grabbed it off the ground, threw it over to third, and got the out. All right, this batter looks to be about 220, 230 pounds. A big 14-year-old. Nolan checks the runner, brings it home for a ball.
Like towards Long Lake area-ish. Well, not that far, but like down that way.
All right, bouncing that one off the plate. Another ball evens the count at 2. Not sure what the umpire was talking about there. Said something about a mask or something. Thank you. All right, people at the field here are telling me my voice sounds just fine, so my brother can bite me. All right, we'll battle of patience here as Nolan trying to pick the right moment to deliver his pitch. That one just a bit outside and goes for ball 2. That one high over the right field side behind the Bombers dugout and ends up rolling down into the woods. Coach Dusty has chased it into the woods. There is a rumor that there's a beer cooler in the woods. He may be chasing after it. Oh, that one just absolutely tattooed into left field. Hits the bottom of the fence at 300 and about 35 feet, relayed in now. That boy got all of that one and was unlucky enough to have it. Well, it didn't matter. He ended up on second anyway, so it wouldn't have mattered if it bounced over the fence. Unbelievable. That guy's got a sweet swing and lots of weight behind it. Okay. Nolan pitches this one behind the batter.
Oh my gosh, I know, she didn't believe me. I told her this. I was like, that was actually for me. I almost died. Every single time I got there. I literally was so close.
All right, Nolan with a nice strike. That one comes back to the screen. Runner goes over to third. All right, our hefty batter is now on third. All right, that one hit up behind me, and don't think that one will roll into the woods. It did narrowly miss a pile of horse poop, a large pile of horse poop by about 5 feet. I don't know if the umpire would want the ball back after that one. All right, that one fouled up the left field side. Count is even at 2 now, 2-2. Runner on third. Swing and a miss, dropped third. We will get a runner towards home. We are going to record the out at first, and because that's the third out, the runner coming home does not score. All right, unfortunately, I'm going to have to leave you on this view now for a little while, as once again the horses have returned. I needed to put my umbrella away, and so I'll go stand in the shade for a little while.
Hot mic. Hot mic.
Turning out the way we wanted. Maybe tomorrow will be better. Is that Rhett? All right, Rhett Ekman leading off the inning for the Bombers. Looks at strike one. That one inside and low, ball one. Apparently the horses freaked out by umbrellas. Gunfights in the woods, totally good with them. But umbrellas causes them to run crazy. The good news is the parking lot over here has emptied out. There's no longer a crowd gathered, so I think this will be the last time the horses go around. All right, that one fouled high, high, high. Catcher looking over at it and does not make the grab. Had it bounce off his glove. That is a tremendously difficult play to make as a catcher. Ball spinning violently backwards, trying to trap it in that catcher's mitt. After running, he probably had to run 20 feet to get that one. All right, Rhett's still battling it out here. And that is strike 3. My engineer father has reminded me that the air is so thin up here that those curve balls may not curve very much. Nothing to push against as those seams spin it through the air. Not sure if that's how our friend Mr. Newton would have described it, but we're going to go with it. Horses are starting to take off. We have one of 4 wagons have left the station. That ball fouled over the wagon train into the woods. I don't know if they're going to be able to find that one. It went way deep in the woods. Ryder Kate's the batter. Pitch way high, ball 4, and Ryder gets the free pass down to first, takes a turn, looks at the catcher who has the ball, and stops at first. The 4th cart has left the station. I'm going to head back over to my control center, see if I can get you some better angles. Will Hall, the batter. Right, strike right down the middle. Carter Prince on deck. That one hits the backstop pretty hard. Runner advances to third. That's Ryder Cates over at third now. All right, that one on the outside edge of the plate goes for a strike. Full count now to Will Hall. Will puts it in play over second, and that will score a run for the Bombers. The Bombers finally on the board.
Hey, did we get a point?
The Bombers now only down by 14. Carter Prince up to bat. That ball bounces 5 feet in front of the plate. Throw over to first, and Will decides he's going to stay put after the ball gets away. Not too big of a outfield area over here behind first base. Sure is pretty with those mountains in the backdrop, though. I guess really it's not the end of the world, you know, watching some challenging baseball while we've got a decent view here. Looks like we've got some kind of conference coming together over at first. Maybe an injury. Will's on first. And I'm not sure what's happening here. All right, Will electing to stay in the game, I guess. Camera from the outfield bouncing just a little bit and a light breeze. Okay. Report from Coach Matt is that Will jammed his finger. Oh, it was a real bad jam. And put in play through the infield by Carter Prince. The Bombers deciding they are not done yet, as the bottom of the order has now hit 2 consecutive base hits. All right, Jace Verardi up to bat. And it would be nice to see Jace catch a hold of one. He's a sneaky, muscular kid. That one outside and low for ball 1. 1-0 the count. Let's see. Our time says we're at about 26 minutes remaining. 26 minutes remaining to try to climb out of a 14-run deficit. But we do have 2 runners on. Runners at first and second. 2 balls. And Jace absolutely catches a hold of one. And it bounces all the way to the fence. Jace stopping at first, or second. Jace stopping at second. And Carter Prince stopping at third. And the Bombers, another run scoring, now have 2. The score is 15-2, and it looks like the coach is finally going to pull his ace pitcher. Number 3 leaving the game after absolutely dominating the Bombers for, what, 3 straight innings? 2.5 innings. 2 1/3, I guess. Absolute dominant performance. We get a new pitcher. First pitch, 66 miles an hour, so a little bit slower than the last guy. Let's see where he ends up after he warms up. That one, nice. Looks like a slider at 60. Ooh, that's a dangerous slider. That one a curveball at 53. Wow, this guy may be a better pitcher than the last guy. And Another curveball, 55. Holy cow. Well, that doesn't bode well for the Bombers. Oh, that one's better. That one in the dirt. A fastball at 65. Okay. Well, the Bombers are going to have to use their good eye, and they will be challenged to make contact with a slider that is about 5 miles an hour shorter. The curveball, probably not going to be a problem for them. They see a lot of curveballs in practice, but that deadly slider is going to be a challenge. All right, first pitch in the dirt. Carter Prince staying at third. Again, short backstop, not much chance to score on a passed ball. So that one technically just a ball because runners did not advance. That pitch in for a strike, that was the slider, I believe. Either that or a changeup. Had a little bit of a downward motion to it. Mason puts it in play, back to the pitcher, who's going to come home with it, get the out against Carter Prince on a high tag, kind of an asshole move. Excuse my French. All right. One out now for the Bombers. I'm sorry, 2 outs. That one outside, ball 1 to Chance Van Gieson. Low pitch, a little bit of a trick play, thrown away, and that's going to score another run for the Bombers. And Mason Chalupa ends up on third. All right, Bombers taking advantage of some errors by the Miners now. They tried a little bit of a trick play, throwing it. It was like a fake throw down to second. The pitcher cuts it off and throws it over to third, but he threw it away, and the runner from third scored. All right, Chance puts it in play down the right field side. That is fair, and so Chance is rounding first, headed to second, and the Bombers have scored another one as Mason Chalupa comes in on a double by Chance Van Gieson down the right field line. And finally, the Bombers' bats have come alive. The borehole, it turns out, is not deep enough to melt the Bombers' bats. And I hope you didn't just tune in, because otherwise you're going, what is he talking about with this borehole thing? All right, fouled off by Adam Barth. Adam loves to hit with runners in scoring position, has a tremendous slugging percentage, something like 700. Checking the stats now, Adam's slugging percentage, not quite what I claimed it to be, 619, still a monstrous slugging percentage. This would be the comeback of the season. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Adam Barth with a runner in scoring position. Adam swings on the curveball, unfortunately, and can't catch up with it. So what I said earlier about the curveball not being a problem turns out to not be true. All right, Bombers, a little bit of a mini rally there. Still 19 minutes to play. We will have another inning. Top of the 4th starting shortly. but we're going to say thank you to a couple of sponsors first.
I own Post Oak Barbecue in Denver, Colorado. This thing started back in 2019. Decided to go out on the limb and pursue a passion project. And I'm all self-taught, and the obsession turned into a restaurant. Texas barbecue, to me, is great meat, very little sauce involved, simple rubs that do nothing but highlight the meat and highlight technique. Bringing that to Denver was a very important thing for me. We are known for brisket, so we use Nolan Ryan beef, USDA prime, and we've really made a name for ourselves on brisket. Our brisket is so set apart from everybody else's brisket. I'm very proud of that. We do several things with it. We top loaded baked potatoes. We top, we call it dirty mac, top our jalapeno bacon mac and cheese. Really, we go for those traditional Texas flavors.
Flatirons Dance is a dance studio home to ages 2 to adult. We offer classes in jazz, tap, lyrical, ballet, and competition team. I started Flatirons because I've grown up in Arvada. I love this town. I love the people here. My family and I reside in Arvada. And I just wanted a studio, much like the studio that I grew up in, a family environment that is fun and teaches kids dance while teaching them other skills.
All right, Bombers pitching here in the bottom of the top of the fourth is Rhett Ekman. I think this is only the second time I've seen him pitch. We will see how Rhett does. Rhett normally playing catcher, played catcher our first game, did a really fantastic job at catcher. Now playing the other side of the coin. I wonder how many times a catcher who plays pitcher shakes off the catcher's pitch call. Not that time. All right, that one just a bit outside. That one high and inside. It's ball three. 3 balls, 1 strike now. Rhett does have quite an arm, 61 miles an hour, but unfortunately hasn't yet found his control. Control's all about the fingers, it turns out. Get the arm in the right arm slot, and the fingers do the work. They know when to release the ball. They know what spin to put on the ball. And they have to maintain their strength because they are all that's holding the ball. You don't hold the ball in your palm when you're pitching. That a real nice high ball, unfortunately. 63. I think Coach Matt has pulled Rhett in here so he doesn't have to use any of his other pitchers, just to see, hey, how's Rhett doing? Rhett does sometimes pitch in practice. Looks like the cameras are misbehaving here a little bit. All right, that pitch outside. A little bit of a breeze blowing the router around a hair bit. Might leave us with some strange connection. I can see that the Starlink has turned a full almost 180 degrees from where it started the first game. So it's now pointing south instead of north. So hopefully Elon has enough satellites moving down in that southern area. I don't remember how much of the sky it looks at. 110 degrees comes to mind. I think it's a 110 degree field of view. Phased array antenna. That one coming right back to Rhett. Runner advancing to second on the walk. So a walk puts a runner on first, advances the runner to second, and now third batter comes up, no outs. A decent hit over Adam Barth's head in center field. That one landed at about 320 feet. We will get a play at second, but it squirts away from Mason, who was trying to catch it and make that tag. Didn't quite get there. So a double scores 2 for the Miners, and once again the Miners showing their batting strength against the Bombers. All right, that one sails over the top of the catcher. I do not know how long Coach Matt will let this go on. About 12 minutes left to play. That one hit over to left field on a line, retrieved by the left fielder, relayed into Mason Chalupa at shortstop, and that'll score one more for the Miners. The Miners now up by 13. The Miners once led by 15. They do have runners at the corners. That pitch high and wow, I think a double play by Trey Henry, catching that ball over at the fence, ends the inning. So there we go. Nope, does not end the inning. That's just 2 outs. My bad. All right, I got excited there. I got excited. All right, so 2 outs now. Trey Henry showing he can play first too. A bunt up the first base line. Rhett Ekman will pick it up and run it over by himself, recording the 3rd out, and the Bombers get out of the inning, only down by 13. So 13 runs, not as many as 15. Hopefully the Bombers' bats still finding some strength. Middle of the order coming up, if I recall correctly. Bombers the home team with 10 minutes left to play. If they go 1, 2, 3 here, that'll bring up almost the bottom of the order in the next inning. If they go longer than 10 minutes, then this will be our last inning. All right, that one 46, a little bit slow. I don't know if that was supposed to be a curveball or what. It was not in the right spot. That's a better spot. 55. I think that was his slider, if I recall correctly. Maybe I'm wrong. His slider was at 60. Could be his changeup, I guess. Hard to tell with these young pitchers. They're all still working on their delivery. All right, Trey Henry, who made that double play unassisted a minute ago, up to bat. Fouls the ball off the plate. I believe that was the curveball. I didn't catch the speed on it, but that's certainly the trajectory it took. At the fastball, 64. Trey now down 2 strikes. The curveball inside, 55. Not sure who's calling this, the pitcher or the catcher, but whoever's calling it's doing a pretty good job of mixing up the pitches. At the fastball, high and outside. Low and inside. Full count now to Trey Henry, who's battled back from down 2 strikes. Tree swings at that curveball and decides he's going to sit down. That's going to bring up Jack Brides. Rumors he was accosted by a bear in the woods and eaten alive. Greatly exaggerated, as here he is at the plate. Swings and hits it out to deep center field. Bounces over the center fielder. Gets stuck at the bottom of the fence there. And Jack with an easy two-bagger. Sure, I'm glad that bear didn't eat him, since just hit a nice 2-bagger. Andy Dahl up to bat for the Bombers. The camera in right field obviously moving a little bit. And the batter just keeps getting further and further towards the edge of that screen. See if I can move it a little. Leave you on this view while I move it. All right, strike 2 to Andy Dahl. Pitch outside, bounces off the catcher's mask, ends up in front of the plate. All right, I think I've got this camera in a good spot, so we'll try and use that. All right, throw over to third, not in time to catch Jack Brides, who sliding in. All right, runners at the corners for the Bombers. Nolan Fratsky up to bat, and he steps away from that ball that squirts to the backstop, and advancing to second on the play was Andy Dahl. Noli puts it in play over to the shortstop. I'm sorry, or the second baseman, who throws it over to first for the out. And that is 2 outs now for the Bombers. Time 4 minutes remaining in the game. The Bombers, if a new inning starts, they will have to finish it. So don't want to tell my son Henry what to do, but if we don't think we're going to catch up this inning, we should strike out right here. But he's not that kind of kid, so he's going to swing. And he puts it in play to the shortstop, relays it over to first. Picks up the low throw, ends the inning. That's okay. That's the same as it would have been if he'd struck out. So it looks like we still got enough time to start another inning. So we will have a 5th inning. Oh, wait a minute. Nope, they're lining up. They are calling that the end of the game. Okay, my bad. All right. So we're going to go home down 12 runs in this game, 1 run in the first game. We have a deficit on the day of 13 runs. That's important for tiebreakers. And tomorrow's games, 8 a.m. Denver time and 10 a.m. Denver time. If you could please hit the subscribe button on the YouTube and also hit the bell icon. Make sure you're set to get alerts when we go live. You'll get that alert when we go live at 8 a.m. Denver time tomorrow. Again, if the Bombers can pull out probably 2 wins tomorrow, we'll end up in the top 9 and we will play on Sunday. Otherwise, the Bombers will take Sunday off and we'll all drive back to Denver, lick our wounds, and keep on going. From Frisco, Colorado, with a beautiful backdrop against the mountains and Mount Baldy.